Today we are going to be talking about the Selmer Paris AXOS Alto Saxophone, the 52 AXOS to be particular. This is a new generation made back in 2021, and it's a fantastic instrument made straight from Montes la Ville. How do you say it?
Monte la Ville.
Monte la Ville. Howdy everybody, my name is Andrew King. We are here at Alamo Music. Don't forget to visit us at alamomusic.com where we have all of these items available for sale, including this beautiful 52 AXOS. This instrument is absolutely gorgeous. It is straight from Selmer Paris, the company which is sourced from Monte la Ville. And it's a beautiful instrument. I really do enjoy it. There are some things that I do want to talk about. We'll get into that today. But I do want to preface this with talking about Selmer Paris in general, especially like today. It's a fantastic company. It has a great legacy and made amazing instruments. All the way back to the Balanced Action, all the way up to the Mark VI, and later on the Series 2 Super Action 80. There's tons of great instruments that have come out of that store, out of that factory, and handcrafted, gorgeous instruments. And now we're into a kind of where internet commerce and marketing and whatnot has kind of set a need for certain levels of instrument. And in the Pro line, this is more than apparent with this. Made back in 2015, the Selmer AXOS was made as a competitor to the YAS 62, as well as the soon-to-come AW01 from Yanagisawa, also under now the Selmer umbrella as well. At the price point of around, at this time, which is kind of early 2024, we're looking at about $4,000, give or take. Maybe there's kind of a sale going on. It is definitely a good instrument, but at the price point of $4,000, there are other instruments that I think are more worth that time, especially for a young musician wanting to get into this kind of thing, and doesn't give as much longevity as those other instruments. And I'll go over why in just a second. But let's start with the saxophone itself. It is absolutely gorgeous. Has the etchings reminiscent of what's going on with the new Selmer Supreme, the floral markings, very much like the Reference 54 model. A lot of the pearls and the look of the instrument, the aesthetics of the instrument, I think are top notch, especially on the level that is the Selmer Paris line. I'm very happy with that. The etchings of the floral etchings are great. It even extends into the back over by the thumb and the upper and your basically your fork F sharp key. They are absolutely gorgeous. I do like those a lot. As far as my opinion on the ergonomics of the instrument when you place your hand on it, I really do recommend this instrument for people with larger hands. The low C and the low B flat key in particular are not very friendly to smaller hands. I will say that for sure. Well, with the low B flat, you will end up bending a little more with your thumb, as you should in certain situations. I have about like 7-inch hands, give or take. I am stretching my pinky down to reach this. I do enjoy the placings of the front keys. Those are great. It feels good. The pearls themselves are edged around the center, so it has kind of you can slide off them very easily. It feels great to play. It gives the resistance on the springs and everything with pressing down. The action's fantastic. It is very fast. This is, by all accounts, an introductory pro level instrument, and it does serve that. The neck has the nice board to it. It does a little large. I do wish it had the Selmer blue on it as well, but you can't really get everything you want with that kind of thing. But the instrument itself is absolutely gorgeous, and it plays pretty well. The only couple of things that I'm not a huge fan of is, one is how they're shipped. When they are shipped, they are put into a box and whatnot, and inside the packaging on it is done not with cork, which isn't a problem. It's done with more of a styrofoamish material, a little thicker styrofoamish material, but it's not covering all of the movable parts like it should. It's only keeping down a lot of the lower keys and some of the higher ones as well, like your altissimo and everything. But a lot of stuff on the sides are left open. And so I will recommend, if the store you're buying this from or whoever you're getting this from brand new does not already do more like setups on the saxophone before selling it, I do recommend making room for that in your budget on top of the $4,000 price tag for getting it at least realigned, getting it everything kind of bent back into place, because unfortunately this is just kind of the thing that you're going to have to expect when they're shipped like this. The other thing I'm not a total huge fan of, a lot of the lower end part of the horn, in my opinion, is a little too stuffy for what I like. And because of the fact that you need to work on the horn and everything too, when you try this out in a store, you might not get exactly what you're looking for when it comes to it. I don't mean to say that this is like a bad horn in that instance, but for the price tag, for the $4,000 price tag, that's right next to the YS62, which is already a phenomenal instrument. It does everything you want it to do. And so if you're going to be competing with it, you kind of have to have that already going. Not to mention the AW01, which I think is better than both of them. But the AW01 is a different kind of beast altogether when it comes to these kind of instruments, especially in how they're made and whatnot. But for an introductory level instrument, this is a good instrument. But I wouldn't say that this is the instrument you should take to college. I think this is great for an amateur wanting to get a pro instrument, but the price tag is just a little too high, unfortunately. But other than that, what I will say for these kind of instruments and whatnot is that the playability as far as the upper range sounds great. It sings really well. A lot of the, not just the altissimo and everything, but a lot of the higher notes do come out and pop. I played this on my New York Meyer, and it sounds great on the upper end. I'm a big fan of it, but just those lower notes I'm not huge on. I think if you were to look at this and everything, if you're trying to get this price level, the other brands might do you better for that kind of thing. But if you are able to spend more, or just if you want to spend a little less, the SAS 711 from Selmer USA, that one's fantastic for its price point at around $34.99 as of early 2024. You'll get a lot more bang for your buck that way. So let's go ahead and get this started. We're going to try it out. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in a minute. you for listening. Tell me what you thought. I really do want to know your opinion on these horns. What do you think of the price tag? These are marketed as affordable entry-level pro instruments. I just think that that was a really good line for back in 2015 when they were being made as that instrument. I just think that nowadays, now in 2024, we're getting this new generation of them. They just started back in 2021, right out of the pandemic and whatnot. There's some issues that I do have with how they're sent out, but that does not take away from the finer points of the instrument. It's just, I don't think that at the moment, this is the kind of horn that you would want to take into college if you were taking this seriously on that level and wanting to be like a super pro. But other than that, thank you so much for listening. My name is Andrew King. Don't forget to leave a comment. I do want to hear what you thought about the instrument. And tell me, what was your first instrument as far as taking it seriously? I do want to know kind of along those lines of where people were coming from with those. Don't forget to visit us at alamomusic.com as well. We do have all of these available for you to check out. Thank you so much for listening and have a wonderful day.